So now that we've created our show, we have all of our cues and our subs and our groups. We want to make sure that we can save that information so that we can use it later or recall it at another time. And that's done by saving the show to a floppy disk, and that's all done in the setup menu. So I will show you how to do that now. Let's go to setup. So we hit our setup display, and number 3 is disk functions. That's where we will have all of the commands related to saving to and from the disk. So I'll hit free enter, and I will now take a 3.5-inch floppy disk and put it into the drive. And I can use my, the only command I have to save is command number 1, which is write all to disk. So I select option number 1, hit enter. The console will read the drive to make sure that there's a valid disk. And then it will tell me that if I want to record the show onto the disk, press enter. Or if I want to cancel for some reason, I can press clear at this point. But I do want to record the show onto the disk, so I'm going to go ahead and press enter. It will tell me to disk in process, which means it's writing to the disk. When it is finished, we will come back out to the disk functions menu, and you have saved your show onto the disk. It's a similar process to read the show off of the disk once I've got one saved. So I put a show file disk into the drive, and for this one I use the option number 2, which is read show from disk. Same command, to enter. What the console will do now is it will read the disk, and it will see if there's a valid show file on the disk. And if there is, it will say to read the show from the disk, press enter. It will also give you some basic information about the show that you're reading, and that will give you the date and the time that the show was recorded. I'm going to go ahead and press enter, and the disk will spin up, and the console will be reading all of the show data off of that disk. And when it is finished, it will return back to the setup display to let you know that it is ready to go. I can go to stage, and I can run my show. And that's how you save to and recall from disk on the Express console.